Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm great. How was
Alright.
how's your day?
I mean, I hurt my nose. I kind of cracked it, but it's pretty cool.
Ouch. Okay. So do you wanna do the introduction?
Introduce us?
Yeah, I feel like you should do it.
Okay. Um, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Why Is Life So Hard with your host Ralph and Kirsty. And yeah, we're gonna tell you some stories today, and I'm gonna absolutely lose it. Hopefully, not too much.
Nice. Okay. So I was thinking for today's theme, we do entitled people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to it, man. Let's just jump straight into it.
Okay. Let's go.
This is like an addiction, honestly. I swear.
Nice. I'm so glad you're on board with it.
All right, let's shoot.
Okay. So this is from the subreddit entitled People, and this is by Fluffy Drama 9548.
What is your username?
Yeah. Okay. So am I wrong for telling on my mother to my father? I really do not know how to begin, but I'm the youngest out of 4 in my household. My mother would constantly make me do some kind of task for her whenever I'm in the middle of playing a game on my laptop. She would get mad at me if I had an attitude with her anytime when I didn't want to do it, and clearly she could call the other 2 oldest kids. My brother would tell my mom he would do it the same day, but 2 days ago by and he would never end up doing it. My mom would never yell at him or do anything. She would simply walk away and go back to doing whatever she was doing in the first place. One time I was having a little argument with her. Mind you, it was literally over a carton of almond vanilla milk that only had a little bit left in there for my little sister, who is 4. Now, as I am standing in front of the bed, I felt my mother purposely throw it at my face, leaving my left cheek very swollen. She would always call me selfish, or after arguing, she would never say sorry. What's even weirder about this family is that she thinks it is loving to slap my butt, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. I have said many times not to touch me like that. My older brother does it as well. She's even threatened me by saying I was not allowed to go to my own father's house anymore, which left me to stay with her full time. I've told my father and shown him all the things that have happened in this household. If you actually have good advice, please message me.
Damn. It's a bit intense.
So, what are your takes?
Damn. I mean, I don't even know. That's such a. I mean, do you run away? Would you run away?
No.
God. I think I would run away. But then I'll just go back. I don't know. I mean, you gotta force the agenda, I guess. That's what I feel.
I feel like the mother could have a hard time with the other 2. Like the older, like Opie's older siblings could be like, I don't know, they could stand their ground, and Opie could be a bit more passive, so it's easier for the mother to like take advantage or like just,
I think she's taking advantage. 100%.
yeah, or like, I don't know. It is kind of weird though.
What's the top comment say?
Top comment is, how are you the youngest out of 4 with a 4-year-old little sister? Seriously though, your mom can't keep you from seeing your dad unless there's a court order.
True. Hey, we never even thought of that.
So OP replies saying, my older brother, older sister, then me, then my little sister. Hope that helped. Okay.
So, I mean, kind of got the gist there, my friend.
So I'm reading the comments. Most of it is just about how he's the youngest. How he said he's the youngest out of 4 in his household, but he has a 4-year-old little sister. So
he's in such a little bit of a crisis here. And because he just pronounced it wrong or something, like he pronounced his situation wrong, they're just like shitting on him. I guess that's Reddit, I guess. I guess that's Reddit.
people are really not helping him
Not at all.
Like, I'm going through these comments and then they'll be like, they're just on the whole, why did you say you're the youngest of 4 and you have a little sister? Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna move on from this one.
Please. It's so, I mean, just from the comments to the situation to, man, hope it works out though. Jeez.
Okay, so this is also from Entitled People, and it is titled, Entitled Karen thinks she can do anything because of her husband's union position. This happened pre-COVID, so the details are a bit fuzzy, but it's a story I still laugh about. So Opie, I think, is a 16 to 17-year-old male. Oh, at least at the time of like pre-COVID, when pre-COVID happened. Before COVID could happen, sorry. I used to work as a groundskeeper for a park that hosted a massive annual event for our town, the kind that quadruples the population for a weekend. One day, I was off the clock and enjoying the event when I saw a woman storm into one of the back areas reserved for workers. Curious and suspicious, I followed her in since I didn't recognize her. I found her taking a dump in one of our buckets inside a small garage.
Hey, yo, what the
Okay, I couldn't believe it. As she confronted me, she started screaming at me.
What?
My husband is the president of the union, and a bunch of other nonsense. Clearly, she thought that gave her the right to do whatever she wanted. Deciding to be petty, I texted my boss what happened. I kept an eye on her, even pretending to chat with some random people to keep track of her location. Shout out to them for backing me up and enjoying some tea. About 15 minutes later, a couple of uniformed officers approached me. I explained the situation, and we all watched as she was escorted out of the event by the officers. To this day, I still laugh and think, what fucking union? I was making minimum wage.
My days.
Oh,
That is the most random, literally the most random shit. The most random shit you could ever take and you could ever do. My word. Would you ever shit in public? Not me. Not a...
no. Especially not in a bucket.
Where was it again? It was like...
It was in a public place.
In a bucket. And she was just gonna walk away.
I think it was in a park, because he said he was a groundskeeper for a park.
Oh my days. I didn't even know.
I love how Opie was so confused about the union, because... Okay.
What's the top comment?
So top comment was, I don't care if her husband is POTUS. Taking a dump in a bucket is rarely ever going to be justified. And certainly not by the "do you know who I am" waiver.
Oh my word. It's like me taking a shit in public and saying, my dad's Batman. I can do whatever I want. That's how it's do.
I didn't expect it to be about this. About her taking a dump in the bucket.
Yeah, taking a dump with a bucket. I think that was very extreme. It was just such a, yeah, we have this festival and all of that. Next thing, like next couple of lines, she's taking a shit in a public place in a bucket.
So Opie replies to the top comments. Yeah, I think it was a mix of that and scolding me for her being in an area she really wasn't supposed to be in. Like, honey, that back room in city town property for the upkeep of said park, and no high schooler is going to care about any union. I was like 16, 17, and in my sophomore year. So like grade 10. So yeah, legit trying to get a baby-faced high school student to give a crap about who her husband is. And then someone replies saying, you were supposed to give a crap about her taking a crap.
That's a good one. That's a nice one. Give a crap about taking a crap. Oh, but that's disgusting, man. Unless she really had to go.
Okay, but like, why would you?
Do it in a bucket in a public place?
No, I don't get how desperate. Why would you do it in a bucket?
It depends. If she was like,
my husband is the president of the union.
Okay, I don't know why she went to do all that. She could have just said, I really needed to go, instead of like throwing a...
Why not go home?
You don't know how far home is. There could have been traffic. It's a festival. I'm not taking her side. Don't get me wrong. I mean, why would you shit in a public place with that first?
But I'm pretty sure there's like surrounding, like maybe there could be like stores or something around the park. Maybe. But then again, I'm just basing this off the parks in our area, like.
But then again, okay, think about it. It's a festival. There's gonna be traffic, so then she can't go home. The public toilets are probably in use, so if she really needed to go, but then it doesn't justify like the action, you know. I'm trying to get in her head here. Like, why would you do it?
No, I don't know.
It's just the whole justification that kills me. Like,
oh, my husband is
husband. Oh my days. That is not even golden.
Okay, so this post is titled, "Our neighbors have been having pool parties at our pool while we were not home for years."
Okay.
Okay, so
something I would do.
What? Have a pool party at your neighbor's place?
I mean, if they're not there, I would obviously clean up afterwards.
But that's like breaking and entering.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if someone went to my pool and had a party, as long as they clean up and not steal shit. Then I'm fine. If you're just using the pool, hey, go ahead.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, it depends. You gotta clean up afterwards, like really posh.
No.
What? You wouldn't let someone like have a party in your pool while you were gone and then clean up afterwards, and you didn't even know that they were there?
No.
But then they tell you.
I would like, because like, what else have they, like, you don't know if they're just gonna stay in the pool, and it's just creepy. Like,
I don't know if it's creepy.
They could put like cameras or something around the house.
See, that's you. Okay, I feel like not if you give a normal person like your neighbor, you know, and you know your neighbor like that, you know. I don't think why would they put cameras? Don't even answer that. Just read the story.
I'm just saying, like, you don't know what people like. Okay, it's a different. It would be a different case if it was my neighbors and if they asked beforehand, saying like, "Hey, I know you're gonna be gone. Can I use your pool?"
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, "Yeah,
like
sure."
that.
But if it's just some random ass people that
no, see, then if it's random, then obviously, okay, see, that's where we meet common ground, you know. That I can understand. If it's some random ass dude, I'd be like, then that's creepy. Then that's I should have elaborated. Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
That's on like a 1 minute tangent just based on the title. But anyway, you know, you learn. You live and you learn. Let's continue. Go at it.
Okay. So, a few years ago, my husband and I purchased a house with a pool. Now, we were acquainted with most of our neighbors, but definitely not close friends with any of them. They all seem nice, but, well, we just don't have much in common other than where we live. Next door to the right is a family of 6. Twin daughters attending local university, high school-aged son, and a young elementary school-aged daughter, maybe first or second grade, and the parents. That is a big family.
I was just saying that, but in silence. I didn't want to interrupt you. I was like, a big family. Someone was very busy. That's all I gotta say.
Now, normally we open the pool in early May and leave it. Keep it open until the end of October. But this year, our weather was off and we had a very cool and wet month of May. And then June went straight to 100 plus temperatures. I am currently on a medication that makes it difficult for me to tolerate being in the sun and heat for an extended time. Plus, we have been helping two extended family members who are having health issues. So because of this, we haven't had our pool opened yet this year.
Oh,
Normally, we go to the family lake house for a week during each of the 3 major holidays. But we didn't go for Memorial Day because there was flooding around the lake this year. And because a family member was just discharged from the hospital yesterday, and July 4th being a Thursday this year, we decided to stay home this week and be available to help this family member. Now, several times in June, the little girl next door has seen either my husband or myself outside, and she has asked when we are going to open the pool. We first told her maybe later, but the last time, yesterday, she asked and I said we are probably just not going to open it this year. And she started crying. Now, we have never had any of the neighbors over to use our pool, so I didn't understand why she was crying over us not opening our pool. Well, I spoke with the neighbor on the left later, and apparently our neighbors on the right have been having a small family party at our pool every 4th of July when we were gone. They have always cleaned up really well afterwards, and because we have scheduled pool maintenance and weekly yard service occasionally, things are moved around in our yard and we never thought much about it. The neighbor on the left thought we had given the other neighbors permission to use our pool. We did give them permission to retrieve any balls or toys that ended up in our yard, but never permission to use our pool, especially when we are not at home. We have a special latch on the gate, and my husband did show the neighbor how to open the gate to retrieve his kids' toys. So now my husband, who loves gadgets, is going to have several more cameras installed around the exterior of our house, covering the gate and pool area, and have the gate latch made where we can grant remote access for the pool servers and yardmen. Luckily, we have a friend who does cameras and home automation systems. I'm annoyed at our neighbors and have been I'm annoyed our neighbors have been using our pool without permission. But my husband is happy I am letting him get more gadgets around the house. Now, do we confront the neighbors and let them know why? And let them know we know they have been using our pool? Or just wait and see if they say anything about our new security cameras?
I think you gotta wait. I think you gotta wait and see. Why would you confront them? I mean, if you have solid proof that they've been using your pool, then you confront them. But I mean, they don't have that. So why would you confront them? It just makes you look bad if you're wrong.
I'd confront them.
Whoa! On what charges? I mean, what proof?
I would ask them, I wouldn't be in their face and mean about it. I'd just ask a question hey, have you been using our pool while we weren't around? Or at any point, have you used the pool,
Oh, well, when you put it like that, yeah, okay. Then,
yeah.
Then sure.
I think you have a right to know if someone's going to use your pool. I mean,
True. The way they will confront, I was like, hey, yo, you're gonna tell them, hey, we know you've been using the pool. Stop it.
wow.
Just stop. That's what I was thinking. The way she said confront.
I mean,
I just said, like, hey, can I ask them? Can I inquire? Instead of saying, yeah, I'm gonna confront them about using the pool. I'm like, hey, yo, okay,
Okay,
you
but
are
like
over.
confront doesn't necessarily mean aggressive.
That sounds aggressive to me.
Was it
I'm
the
a
way I read it?
No, of course not. Why would? Oh my days, that's such a joke. No, no. It's just I don't know the word confront. I don't know. She could have just said, I would like. Can I ask them if they use the pool, and if they do, they say yes, then handle it from there. And so, I mean, the whole reason why she's installing cameras is so like to see who's using it. Instead of just asking, hey, are you using the pool? So why do you need the cameras?
I think so that they know now for future if they're gone, if they're gonna still continue using the pool if they do confront the neighbors.
Oh yeah.
Or also, I think it's a good idea to have the whole exterior of your house covered.
True. That way it's
Like,
just safe.
yeah, but like, man, okay. So, top comment is, I had this problem. When I left town, I put up a warning sign that stated the pool was being chemically treated and it was dangerous. Of course, I did no such thing. All I did was put up a sign. One day, I got a call from an ER. Oh my. One day, I got a call from an ER because someone snuck into the pool and claimed they were injured by the chemicals. I told the doc they were faking it because the only thing I did was put up a sign.
Oh my days.
Oh, that's one way to solve a problem.
Yeah, that is one way. Although I don't know. Hey, that's it. That's a nice way to put it. Yeah. Chemicals. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a cheaper way instead of putting cameras around. But I guess the cameras is kind of a solid option because then nice, nice. I would still use the pool though. I'm not gonna.
What?
I mean, I would ask. I'd ask very politely.
Yeah.
But maybe I'd find a way to use it. What if they can just block the cameras? I mean, they are neighbors.
No, but like, if you want to use the pool, just ask them. Or or like go to a public pool or something.
But then that.
Oh, get a pool of your own installed. Like, I think
Get your own pool. Get your own pool. Oh, it is. No, like, then it just kills the rush. Don't you want excitement in your life?
not like that. I wouldn't want to break into someone's house and use their pool without their.
But you'd randomly tell me to rob a bank with you.
Okay, yes, but that's different.
No.
I'm tired of being broke.
No. But this is fun. This is fun.
Okay, but it's not like we're gonna actually rob a bank.
But I mean, this is something we can actually do. That's actually exciting and get away with it. Imagine they doing it as a family. You know how exciting that is? I mean, their daughter started crying. Their small daughter started crying. That says a lot. I'm just like, oh wow, she really loved the thrill. That's a future criminal right there, ready to use her neighbor's pool in the future. Oh my days. I'm just saying, it's a lot of fun to use someone else's pool and them not knowing about it. Yeah. So that's my take on it. I think her neighbors should find a way to get around the CCTV and absolutely lie about it. They should lie. They should say, no, we didn't even know you had a pool. What? That was close.
Okay, so we do have an update.
Oh, okay.
So, I didn't expect this to blow up like it has. Certainly didn't expect over 1,000 comments. I have tried to read them all, and some were very creative and amusing to read. First of all, we don't want to hurt anyone or alienate our neighbors. We just don't want people using our pool without permission, and we don't want the liability associated with this activity. A few things I feel I need to clarify. Yes, our backyard is fully fenced in with 2 gates. One in the back is double locked from the inside, and the side gate on the side of the garage nearest the neighbor in question has a double latch that you have to reach over the top and find not one but 2 releases to open the gate. There's also an auto close that automatically closes the gate and latches it. I personally can't open the gate from the outside of the fence because I can't reach over that far to reach the 2 latches. The previous owner put this in, and it has worked well for our yard crew and the pool maintenance people. We do have some cameras, a doorbell camera and a camera over our garage area. The garage camera picks up if someone goes towards the gate from the front, but we didn't want to invade our neighbors' privacy by recording their side of the garage door and gate to their backyard. We even shared the camera angle with them because we didn't want them to be concerned about us recording their children or their coming and going. I guess we were more concerned about their privacy than they were about ours. Anyway, the update. Thursday, 4th of July morning, I was loading a few things in my vehicle to take to my cousin who just got out of the hospital. Neighbor/husband who has been gone to who has
Oh, okay. It's okay. I love it.
Oh God. Neighbor/husband who has been gone a lot for work recently saw me and came over and asked if I was getting a late start to going to the lake. I let him know that we were staying home because we were helping my cousin who just got out of the hospital. He asked if we were going to be home all weekend. I said yes. One or both of us will be around all weekend. He quickly wished me a happy 4th and went home. I went in to grab my purse and tell my husband about the conversation with the neighbor before I left. When I got home, our friend Mike was there. Mike does security cameras and home automation system gadgets, and my husband loves gadgets. Mike and my husband have a plan for multiple cameras and several gadgets, some of which involves us going ahead and having the pool opened. I agree to all but one of the new cameras and almost all of the gadgets. I think my husband put some in plan knowing he would have to give up a few of them. Mike also suggested talking to our homeowner's insurance agent because we might be able to get some discounts with the security upgrades. So on Friday the 5th, Tom, our insurance guy, comes over and Mike is back and he has done a drone to help him find the best camera's position. Really, I think he just wants to show off his gadget. The way he goes on about the gadget.
Honestly, that's the problem, yeah.
Gadgets. So husband, Mike and Tom are outside and all around the house and occasionally inside. I look outside every so often and at different times other neighbors have come outside and down to our end of the street. So neighbors want to know what is going on. So husband tells them we are concerned that someone or several people may have used our pool without our permission while we were not at home. It turns out that 2 different neighbors had witnessed some friends of the neighbor children come over last year, and they had twins. And they had the neighbor twins had gone into our backyard. One neighbor even asked the girls, and they claimed that we let them come over all the time and use our pool. So at this point, husband and Tom discuss this, and Tom says we should send a registered letter to the neighbors rescinding our permission from entering our fenced-in backyard. So before Mike and Tom left, the neighbors on the right pool party neighbors come home, both husband and wife. My husband asks to talk to them, and with Mike and Tom as witnesses, he tells them that for insurance reasons, we are rescinding our permission for them or any member of their family or guests to enter our fenced-in backyard, and we will be sending a registered letter stating this as requested by our insurance. Husband never accused them or their children of using our pool, but said we had reason to believe that in the past our pool had been used without our permission. He did say that we had reason to believe that their older children might be friends with someone who has been in our pool. Husband told them that we are changing the gate to have an automated lock and cameras will be installed around the pool area. He also assured them that we avoid the cameras pointed at their windows or backyard. Husband indicated that we are taking these measures to hopefully lower our homeowner's insurance rate. Husband said that they exchanged a few looks between them, but they said they understood and appreciated the heads up. So hopefully the saga is over. But if there are any other updates, I will try and post them.
Damn. Wow, that had a twist and everything. That is insane. Ugh.
This actually ended up, like, the update was kind of really nice. It's not, they weren't even, like, entitled. I mean, yes, their behavior, but, like, the fact that they just accepted it.
Yeah.
And
They just accept. They didn't even complain. They just like, yep, guilty as charged.
I don't know, this one is kind of, like, wholesome.
Yeah. No drama in the end. Kind of just straightforward. Nice. Good update. We don't get those here. We don't get those. Not at all. Ugh. They had to install cameras. At least the husband got to play with gadgets. I mean, life is hard after all.
I know. I
Mm.
think, I don't even think the husband minded as long
Not
as he got his
at all. I think
gadget.
like most of that story was about him playing with the gadgets. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to go on to the next one?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is also from the subreddit entitled People, and it's titled Karma on Cheating Wife.
Mm.
My mom left my dad and I, but took the other kids. Oh, damn, okay.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? My what?
My mom left my dad and I, but took the other kids. She moved in with an old rich man. She dragged the divorce out, thinking she would get a lot of money from my dad, because we lived on a 120-acre farm. But in reality, my dad's parents owned everything except for a few head of cattle and an old combine. My mom was going after everything my dad owned, everything my grandparents owned, everything my dad's sibling owned. I come from a very close-knit family. My mom felt entitled to everything my entire family owned. Thankfully, we live in a rural area and know everyone. The judge in the case owned the land on the other side of the fence from my dad's deer blind, and threw out a lot of the nonsense my mom's city lawyer was trying to pull. One evening, my dad and I were having supper at a restaurant in town, and the bank president walked up to my dad and said, "You are approved right here, right now, for a $20,000 loan to get rid of your wife. Payments made any way you want." My dad had the fog halfway to his mouth and his eyes were wide. He just said, "Thank you." On Monday, he went to the bank and signed the paperwork and went to the court with the settlement offer and was finally divorced after 15 months. My mom was not happy because her lawyer got most of it.
Huh.
My mom married the man she left us for. They were together until his death in 2001. She held her second husband's funeral on the 24th anniversary of her wedding with her first husband. I just call that karma. Her second husband left her 1.2 million. He had set her up on a monthly allowance system that would have lasted her the rest of her life. But she got greedy and cashed it all in and blew through all of the money in 8 months.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. 1.2 million. I think we would do the same. No,
But blow
not
the
at all.
money.
No. Now that I think about it, I'll save it. I'll save it,
Save it.
invest it, probably get stuff I need. 1.2. Oh. At least it wasn't like a month. She lasted 8 months. Damn. Almost a year.
Okay, but like, what do you need that would require like
1.2 million back then?
in 8 months?
I mean, things are expensive, man.
Okay, yes,
Maybe she got a lot of clothes.
okay,
Things are expensive.
but we are looking at like the price of things now. Back then, when
That's the
it's
thing. It's back
2001,
then. That's what I'm
It-
also thinking about. What could
things
she have
were
spent it on?
much cheaper.
Unless she was just going bananas and absolutely spending it on everything. Everything. Then that's insane. Then you need help,
No, but like, oh my god, the audacity of this woman.
And she tried to take her ex-husband's things, and so she was greedy
Yeah.
from the start.
Not only that, but she left the dad and OP, but then took the other kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's just so shitty.
That's just favoritism right there. You know how your parents say they don't have the favorite? She clearly had her favorites. That is disgusting behavior, honestly. Honest to God.
So top comment is, did she come begging for money after spending her inheritance? And OP replied saying she's been trying to get back with my dad.
Man, she runs back for help. Classic. That's something you'd do back in 01, honestly. That's something someone would do back in the day. Even now.
I like how you say it, that you've been around in 01.
No, but I mean, think about it. All those stories you would hear is kind of like a back in the day sort of thing. And you see it in movies now because it happened before we were born, Think about it. Think about every series made in that time, every movie made in that time depicted this exact same scenario.
Oh, gold digger wife, leave for the old rich man, come back
after using the money and after he dies.
That sounds like it could be the what's it called? The plot of a soapy.
Exactly. Like one of the many storylines, But I can't believe it actually happened in real life. That's such the worst part is choosing your faves, like your favorite children, and just ditching the one. That clearly says a lot. And it sounds like the dad wasn't even a bad guy.
I don't actually have an opinion of the dad, since like not much was said about him.
Yeah, not much was said.
Eating his
He was just eating and then getting the applause.
But I guess he must be a good guy if the bank president was willing to approve him for a $20,000 loan in the restaurant.
I mean, yeah. No one can just get a random loan like that. I mean, you had to have some. I mean, you had to be paying your stuff. So
unless you're like shady.
Come on, I'm sure he was a good guy, especially if she wants to get back with him.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, oh, okay. So, I can let you pick. I have 2 more stories from the subreddit Entitled People.
Let's do one more. I like this. Let's do one more, but I have to know the titles of both. I'll choose.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the first one is titled, "Woman Called Me a Racist little bitch because I didn't let her cut the line for a drink. And the second one is called Man Feels Entitled to My A Minor's Information.
Damn. Let's go with the first one.
Okay. Oh, I'm so hoping you picked that one. Okay. So, a woman called me a racist little bitch because I didn't let her cut the line for what? Line for a drink. Hello. My previous job had me working as a food service worker in a bakery. I worked at a certain berry themed amusement park, and I worked there for about 2 years before quitting a few months back for a job that pays me better. I liked the job for the most part. Most people were cool, and I really only encountered difficult people during busy seasons. And my coworkers, with the exception of the two who hated me, had my during these blah.
What? Why? Look, if you can't pronounce it, take a breath. Don't go.
No, I was reading and then
You sound like a cat. You sound like a cat. That's gonna throw up. That's how my cat, or any cat, throws up. They go, and then they go, you know?
Wow. Just compared me to a cat. Makes sense since most people call me Kitty. Let me go back to the story.
Uh-huh.
I liked the job for the most part. Most people were cool, and I really only encountered difficult people during busy seasons, and my coworkers, with the exception of two who hated me, had my during these encounters. We were also right next to the park's security office. The way my location was set up was a little weird and specific. It was a bakery with 3 massive display cases, separating us as the employees from the customers, 2 registers between the display cases and our soda machine, and a little nook off to the side. In this nook, there were 3 machines: a massive coffee pot, a hot chocolate machine that was just a little broken and always messy despite my best efforts to clean it up, and a rundown little latte machine. There's a counter right next to this machine. There's a counter right next to this machine where the coffees and the stuff would be called out. There was also 2 registers set up outside at this time because it was busy season and this was the most efficient way for us as employees to serve the customers. There was almost always 1 or 2 people on the register outside, and this time it was my team. Led basically a mini manager who really liked me because I trained him. This happened on my last day there. This park has a drink program where anybody with the annual pass could pay an extra $10 or so and redeem a free fountain drink every 15 minutes. People who weren't pass holders could also get the drink program by buying a souvenir bottle for like $30 that they could use throughout the day and reactivate. If they came on a different day, a lot of people with this drink program tended to feel like they didn't need to wait in lines for their drink redemption. And it was common for them to walk up to the other side of the counter and ask for their refill. And usually they were annoyed but never malicious when I or one of my coworkers told them that they unfortunately had to wait in line for drinks, as many people in the line were also just getting drinks. Not this lady though. Oh no. This lady was out for blood, and she must have sensed that I was in a good mood. It was the last hour and a half of my final shift. I was busy cleaning up a couple of messes that had been made throughout the day by the hot chocolate and latte machines, and was simultaneously talking to my managers and the other leads about my plans for the future, about where I pick up my last check, etc., etc. Suddenly, I heard somebody unscrewing the lids of their cups and pushing them towards me. This woman was a little taller than me. I'm 5'3", had sunglasses and a baseball cap on, and didn't look very pleasant. You develop a sixth sense for difficult people when walking for theme parks, you see. She had 2 souvenir bottles on the counter and was holding them out to me. I smiled at her and told her, "Oh, I'm sorry, you actually have to wait in line to get refilled. I know it's inconvenient, but it's park policy." She scoffed at me and said, "I'm just getting drinks." And I reiterated that she still had to wait in line, adding that even though the line was really long right now, there were other people in it who were also just getting drinks. So she disappears, and I assume that she's gone to wait in the admittedly pretty long line. In the time, I finished cleaning machines and returned to helping customers in line with my coworkers. About 5 minutes pass, and this lady comes storming back in, cutting the line again and walking up to the register. She pointed at me and said, "You." It's important to know that I am mixed race because white, but look white, and I'm usually perceived as white because, to be honest, I didn't go outside much at this time and have only recently started getting my darker color back.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? That is insane. Okay.
This woman was black, and most of my coworkers are person of color. I am also autistic with low support needs. I'm just a little awkward and anxious, fidgety, and have trouble making eye contact despite my best efforts. So I'm sure that had something to do with why this lady locked onto me and not my other neurotypical coworkers.
So
She kept yelling at me, saying, You're a racist little bitch, aren't you? You like me because I'm black. I wasted all the time in line, and your manager told me that you lied to me. You did this because I'm black, didn't you?" I, as any reasonable person would be, was startled. I had been trained for conflicts like this because I was supposed to be a team lead before management changed. And I was usually the person to deal with customers like her for the exact reason. This was partially why I quit. Regardless, this was my first time being cussed out by a customer in a malicious way. I said, "I'm sorry about that, but I didn't lie to you. I can get you your drinks though." So she basically threw her cups at me and said, "I want a Diet Coke and Coke." I gave her those and handed her back the cups one by one, telling her which was which. She promptly scoffed and said, "You didn't put them in the right cups. Are you stupid?" And she pushed the cups back at me. I had enough at this point and had asked one of my friends to take over for me as I went to talk to my lead outside. I went out there and told him about the lady, and he informed me that he did not in fact tell her to cut the line. He said that he scanned her drink pass and told her to just wait for one of us behind the counter to help her, and we'd get to her as soon as possible. I told him about her insults to me, and just like that, boom, she appeared behind me. This woman had followed me outside and started berating me in front of my lead and hundreds of customers. Once again, calling me a racist little bitch and saying that I hated black people, that I was a lazy piece of shit, that I didn't know how to do my job, and that I had no right to be standing there and doing fuck all when the line was out the door. My lead stood up to me, and I finally just told her, "It's my last day. You can't talk to me that way," and walked away. She didn't follow me again, and even though I kept my cool for the entirety of the interaction, it hit me all at once, and I had a small meltdown in the bakery storage room. My coworkers now friends, were very understanding and let me take my time. And thankfully, this woman did not ruin my day. I don't miss that job. Seriously, man, if you're gonna go to a theme park, please be nice to the coworkers. I can tell you from experience, most parks are single-handedly run by teenagers, and unless it's a big park like the one I currently work at, management is in their early to mid-20s, and corporate doesn't care about us. Be nice, please.
That is so sad. It got me with the whole meltdown and everything. That's damn.
Same.
What's the top comments? I actually want to see what people have to say about this. I hope they're not insulted, please. I hope they're not insulted.
I'll try the top comment now. So the top comment is, my reply would be, cutter, peanut butter, no cutting in line for you. And stomp my foot. Oh, I can just imagine a little child with like a lollipop and pigtails and a dressing.
Oh my word.
Cutter, peanut butter, no cutting in line for you.
Yeah, and you stop your feet. The stopping your feet would be like next level. That would be next level.
Somebody, Kawaii Yokai 2010 commented, OMG, this needs to be on a recording that can be played when people try to cut the line. Blast it out at maximum volume for maximum public shaming effect.
Love
then
that.
Prior Benefit 8453 replied to that comment saying, you know what? This should get socially accepted. Fuck! You know what? This should get socially acceptable response for all cutters. I bet if the store and all customers chanted this, the cutter would nearly disappear. Then OP replied to these comments saying, a lot of the customers at my location were very vocal when people cut the line, actually. It was just unfortunate that this time everybody was staring and not saying anything LMAO.
Damn. Would you ever do that? Like
cut
would
the line?
Oh, okay, let's just say you cut the line and someone calls you out for it. No, I don't think you would lose your shit. Would you?
No. I'd be like, oh, sorry.
Okay.
But then
Let's
also,
just say, like if she was swearing you, would you lose your shit with her?
no. Oh, come on, you know me. I am so passive.
Yeah, you
I
are.
would never raise my voice to anybody.
I'm curious though, then what's your breaking point? Like what would make you do that?
What would make me go off at a customer?
Yeah.
So when I was working retail, I had difficult customers, but like I don't think I've had it to the point where I raised my voice. I just dealt with them calmly or called one of the managers on duty to deal with the situation or be around. No.
Look at you being responsible. Sorry.
Yeah, responsible and also just very
cautious
I
that
don't know.
if you do anything, you might lose your job. I mean, that's another thing. So.
Oh no, not that. I don't like conflict. I avoid conflict.
True, I've never seen you like lose your shit like properly. I've only seen you lose it like once, and that wasn't even like you losing your shit.
Then
I don't know, like when we were back in school. I even forgot what it was about, but I knew you lost your shit.
did I go off at like you or like?
I think it was at me, but it wasn't like something insane, you know. It wasn't like you said like some harmful things. That was just the most I ever saw you like annoyed. Yeah.
It probably wasn't a big deal since we both can't remember it.
True. It says a lot.
Yeah, no thing. Honestly though, if somebody does something to piss me off, I think I'd be annoyed or I'd be upset about it, but like after a few hours I'd get over it. I don't think I have it in me to be mad like constantly or like hold a grudge about it.
I was just about to say, would you hold a grudge? I don't think I would hold a grudge.
I don't either. I don't know.
Oh,
But
but
yeah.
just this whole situation. Is there an update, or I mean, would there be an update?
No, I think she's just no, there's no update. Obi does reply quite a few times.
Oh man, that's hectic though. Like, just go through that. That sounds terrible.
You know, I feel like people tend to forget that people who are doing jobs that require interacting with customers and stuff, they forget that the people serving them are also people and like they have feelings too. I don't know. I dealt with quite a few creepy and entitled people when I was working retail.
I guess that makes sense.
Thank God I don't do that. Now I just sit at a desk and stare at a screen.
Right. I mean, better than just working with absolute jack-offs, you know?
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you for good sesh. Yeah, this was nice. And next episode or next audio sesh, true crime.
And that is all you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bye-bye.